great ride, is it, y'all? Ride the day. And make it great. Make it great. Make it wonderful. And you get your mat, stretch out like I did this morning. Get your chair. You're going to do chair exercises. Get your weight if you're going to do weight exercises. Stand up if you're walking in place. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Get your weights. Did I say that? You're going to do weight exercises. Jump on your bikes. Start your treadmill.
Come on. Move.
Look at this neck. When I look back at the videos. Yeah, y'all. See, it's storming somewhere. Because I did my stretch outs. I did my stretch outs this morning. Not as stiff. Oh. Yes, yes, yes. Go me, look at them cameras. Yeah. Well, I think nobody be here today because my subject is I love me some me. But I'm here. And that means we don't have to take a break. Yeah, y'all, like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise. And give yourself credit. And love yourself. You know, people don't understand. Oh, that's not for them to understand. Let me just tell you what I do. I have a connection to adolescents and teenagers. Only because I was one. And I never forgot. I knew my mind was strong, but in the right direction. I knew I wanted something out of this life. I knew that. And I knew there was a way, a good way, a right way of doing it, and, or how they say it. I didn't want to make permanent solutions. Oh, hi, thanks for coming on the wall. I'll read the comment on the break. We got a break now. Make permanent solutions to temporary situations. That was me as a teenager. So when I meet teenagers, they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you're awesome. You're the freaking bomb. Focus on you and what you want out of this world and take it like a storm. You got all the energy behind you. Oh. Because that's what I did. But you got to know how to figure it out. Oh, y'all, thanks for coming on the walk. I'll read the comments on the break. But you got to figure out how to do it for yourself. As you're walking through this grown folk shit. You got to figure out, as you're walking through the grown folks bullshit rhetoric, you got to keep looking and walking into your life. I kept saying, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting me a job. I'm going to college. And they're like, oh, you got to get a man. Oh, you got to be there. Oh, you got to have children. Oh, you got to get a man, you're a lesbian. I just walked through it. And I was like, well, I'm getting out of here. And I ain't coming back. And I'm going to make sure I keep me a job. And I just kept walking through. And all the adult bullshit just kept coming on in. But I walked through. And then I had a temporary setback. I was in the 11th grade and all I needed was 1 credit. And at the end of my 11th year, I could have Did one credit. Hey y'all, I read your comments on break. Did one credit and went on with my life. But I focused on the grown folk shit. And my grandmother said to me, well, if you don't do a cap and gown graduation, what will your sisters do? If you don't do that, what, like if I didn't, then I was like, I'm getting a diploma. But she wanted the pomp and circumstance, but what she really wanted was to keep me there another year. But I walked right through it. I said, fine, fine, because when I get out of here, I'm out. I'm out. I had a work record. I volunteered first. The minute I could get my working papers, I got a job. I kept that job for the whole time I was in high school in South Carolina. And even he said to me, oh, I thought you moved to like full-time clerk. I wasn't saying this whole motel. Are you kidding me? Did you really think that was my future? I thought that to be my future? I was 19. When I was 16, that's when oh, they don't know nothing. 16 years old, they don't know nothing. They listen to this and they listen to that. And I look at them, I was like, I can't stand you. Because you're wrong. I was 16 years old. I wanted to get out my grandmother's house. I wanted to get rid of all that, around all them cousins, those horrible cousins, all this Baptist cult bullshit. But I know I had to do it right. Because if I didn't, I'd be stuck there. But what's right? And I'm walking all over Charleston. Get off school, do my choir. I can't go home because I have to fight everybody in the house. It's easy for me to come back when they're tired and I'm tired too. So I walk around, what am I going to do? And what can I do when my grandmother would let me do? And every time I walk, when I circle right before I came to my grandmother's house, I passed the Veterans Administration Hospital. And one day, as I'm walking, I see this girl come down out the hospital, like out the entrance, and she had a candy stripe uniform on. It was a treat. I went inside. I asked. They said, yeah, she's a volunteer, and we need volunteers. I know I had my people. I had my gang. Veterans Administration Hospital volunteer gang. I hung with them. We had each other back. I had nurses and doctors encouraging me. I had veterans encouraging me. That's what I picked. And when I looked at these teenagers, I was like, they can pick it too. Get out their face. Get out their head with your bullshit. That's why I say, y'all, find what you want to do and do it. Don't worry about the bullshit around you. Walk through it. You're going to be that you are an adult longer than your child. Okay? I raised my daughter to be an adult. I told her you're a child for 20 seconds. And then you had this 20 seconds to get your shit together. Because then you're an adult for the rest of your life. And I knew I wasn't going to be a child for the rest of my life. And when I graduated, I went to Tennessee. I didn't know anything about Tennessee. I didn't know that my very skin color gave people in Tennessee back in 1976 the right to unlife me, honey, and nothing be done. I was in Tennessee that hated African Americans so much they shut down the bus company for 6 months. They didn't want black bus drivers because they can't see like white bus drivers did. And I'm there in school. My only transportation was the bus. So I didn't know that was a hate, but I was out of South Carolina, but I was like, oh, this is another guy that hate. Oh my goodness. But I was free. And I was free the right way. Not carrying no baby, having no man. Because that's not freedom. And then I came back to New York. Still a teen. Barely. And then I started doing adult things. But that's why I said I love me some me. Right from the start. And all the way through. I wasn't going to sit in no jail because I knew how it was not to be free. I could barely leave the yard. That's what I'm telling you about these coats. I could barely leave the yard had I not volunteered. My cousins and them sat in that yard. They sat in that house. They sat in their yard. They sat in that house. They fought with one another. They fought with one another like they didn't know how to get out of the gate. Let me tell you what 16-year-old me worked out. Maybe I was 15, yeah, because I think you get your working papers at 16. So, 15. I became a candy striper. I had to leave the house. I had to go mingle with people who told me to get my education. I had to go mingle with people who says it's great that you came here. You're a lovely child for sitting down, reading to me. People who say, I like when you help me with my food because you don't be acting like you're Russian. That's where I went. And when I came back to the compound, I couldn't say anything about my volunteering. Nothing. My grandmother just looked at it as a way of me staying in South Carolina, going to the College of Charleston to be a nurse. That was never going to happen. Listen, for women, College of Charleston is famous for, and during my time, home economics. You went to school for home economics so you could find a man who has graduated and will have a good, successful life for you to stay home. And I was like, I'm not going for that. I'm not chasing around a man on campus. And if you don't do that, then you're a lesbian. I'm not going to get knocked up. Then now I'm not a lesbian, but I'm a whore. Do you see what I'm saying, young people? You can't fit in other people's thing for you. They have no plans for you to come out good out of it. If you do one thing, you're this. And if you do that thing, you're this. Do for you. You're right. I knew I wasn't sitting in no damn jail and wasting my life away. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So I didn't fit in with that. I couldn't even sit at home with my cousins that sit at the wall. Look, We had a little black and white TV. 2 channels, 3. Hee-haw. Billy Graham all day long. All that religious right shit that's going on. All day long. All day long. And in the evening time, I think we catch the Jeffersons. They didn't give us good times too much down there. But we got the Jeffersons. Oh, Flip Wilson. These are shows, evening shows. But other than that, Hillbilly Hour. Hillbilly Hour. And I used to say, I can't watch this. So I was volunteering. Not sex work. Not running away. For where was I to run to? How was I to eat? This wasn't a permanent situation. I wasn't going to be 16 forever. I was going to be with my grandmother forever. The temporary situation. And I had temporary solution till I got the hell up out of there. Then that became permanent. Y'all, I'm going to read the comments. Whew. Let me see. Here we go. Rolling Stones fan. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Rolling Stones, for being subscribing. Thank you. Yes, Barry, back at you. You have a beautiful day too, Jen. Lawrence. May I please tell you some wisdom? Well, keep listening. Maybe something come through. If you're working out with that oxygen and blood going to your brain, you're working out faster. Thanks for coming on the walk, Lawrence. Hey, Red. Thank you, Red. You call me a young lady. Hey, all right now. Y'all know how to make a lady feel good. All right. Let me and my crooked glasses get back. Finish up this walk. I'll tell you the glasses story, but... Okay, hold on now. This water is running. I won't shave off my hair because then I'd have nothing to stop the water. And I won't stop wearing this cap because, again, I won't have anything to stop the water. So, me and my crooked glasses. Yeah, y'all. Thanks for the compliments. And I hope y'all working out too. And I hope y'all stay for the gulp and chat. Now, I could have a little problem with this water. It's a little on the cool side. And y'all remember this week, I was nailing it with the water. But I don't know. We got a little time. So, trust yourself. Young people. Give yourself. That's what I found out as a teenager. That's what I said. I know you go through. Trust yourself. And only by loving yourself can you trust yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then basically you don't know this person that's doing this stuff. So like when we was down south, Flip Wilson, I'm telling you, the worst. The worst. When he came out, the comedian, he used to dress as Geraldine, and my grandmother would laugh. But if she saw a transgender woman, she would, that transgender woman is going to all kind of hells. But Flip Wilson loved him. Liberace loved him. Say no more, say no more. But Flip Wilson started saying, the devil made me do it. I remember sitting in the living room, sitting around the TV. My grandmother had a full mouth color television. And looking at it. And they came out, and my grandmother and my aunts, funniest, they thought it was a funny thing. And then after that, everything that we as teens did, the devil made us do it. We lost all control of our every action that disagreed with him. The devil made me do it. And my cousins, my nasty, disgusting, essaying boy cousins, they played it for all it's worth. When they stole from my grandmother, and she said, "Who's my mother? Who's my mother? I saw you last. It's probably you, Reggie. You a thief anyway. You a thief." And he looked at her and said, "The devil made me do it." And she said, "Yeah, I know the devil made you do it if you took my money." She closed her pocketbook and went about her business. I was standing in shock. I was like, he's a thief. Shut him down. But he just stole from everybody. And when you said something about it, they said, that boy got the devil in him. That would be it. Case closed. Your shit's gone. Our money's gone. But it was the devil. DV, the devil. The devil. And of course, the evil Eve that made him do it. The whole time y'all's teenagers, teens, millennials, I'm trying to tell y'all, and I kept sitting there saying, oh, I am so out of here. Oh, man. I knew it was a temporary situation. You become an adult. Don't make permanent solutions to temporary situations. And as long as you under somebody's roof that got to take care of you, you only have temporary solutions. Yeah, I better listen before my ass get put out, but I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to college. I don't want to say the service because there's so many other things. I'll go work on a Alaska pipeline. I'll go out in the middle of the goddamn ocean. This society says GED, high school diploma, and you know what you own. Get that. And then say, world, here I am. Here I am. And shut up all that other stuff. Look for where you're going. Look for people. That's the best thing about me volunteering at the Veterans Administration Hospital is that every day they cared that I went to school. They check. I did 20 hours before I did it as part of my vocational program at high school. And they want to know what I was doing in school. They want to make sure I was going to school. And another thing, when I was a little teenage girl, 13 years old, running around the Harlem, after my aunt dropped me off with her sister, who was my mother's sister, who hated my mother's guts. My mother kept taking her boyfriends. Anyway, I often wondered, I ran all over Harlem. I mean, I ran around the corner. It wasn't the Schomburg Bend. It was just the New York Public Library in Harlem. I ran up and down the YMCA, 135th Street. We was all over Lenox Avenue. We was, they call it Adam Clayton Powell now, but I think it was 7th Avenue then. And when I look back, I was like, I didn't get snatched up, nor essayed. And I was by myself. But now as I get closer to the exit, I know what it was. I took my ass to school every day. I remember coming up from the basement, and they said, "Hey, Vicky, you on your way to school?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm running around the corner," because the Black Panthers used to get breakfast. I said, "I'm running around the corner to get breakfast." And they said, "Okay." And then when I walked in, they said, "Hey, Vicky, you on your way to school?" It was the morning. I said, "Yeah, I just got my breakfast. And I go to school." And when I got out of school, I'd have to walk to the Y, and I hear, "Hey, Vicky, you out of school?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going over to the Y, the after school thing." And they said, "Okay." And then I come from the after school thing, and I'm walking home, and they said, "That you came up on the after school program? You hungry?" That's how I made it, running around 135th Street in Harlem, 13 years old by myself. Never essayed, not assaulted, running the streets by myself. Sitting on the stoop. I had veteran junkies as my addiction. I didn't know it then. They were there. They looked out. They was maybe too after off of heroin to take care of their family, but where they lived, they took care of the kids in the community. But the key I'm trying to make is, because that's what my grandmother gave to me, go to school and graduate. So my cousins and them, they really couldn't understand why I couldn't just sit with them and look at Sesame Street in the morning, or hide from my grandmother, acting like they went to school, and then go into my aunt's house and kicking back and doing whatever they wanted to. They thought I was being a goody two-shoe, trying to show them up. They never realized that my mother said, this is the way how you get to be to yourself, get control of your own life, be able to get a job so you can feed and clothe yourself. See, I didn't come up with the Caucasian people that said, get a husband, they'll feed you. Get a husband, he'll buy you a car. Get a husband. I was never told that. I was told to get a job. Yeah, they say get a husband, and they say get a job. So you imagine how shocked I was, and I know it was on TV, but when I saw women that basically said, "Oh, I'm married, I'll stay home." In my head, I'm like, where's the money coming from? As I got older, it was like, oh, the husband is the only one that gets the money. But if the husband only gets the money, ain't he the only one that controls the money? What if she wants something? What if she wants to buy something for the baby? The worst time for me was maternity leave. Back then, no nothing. And if you stayed out longer than 6 weeks, you didn't have the position. And usually you came back at a low position. That's how much they appreciated you having the baby. That's I only had one. You didn't have to tell me twice. You didn't have to tell me twice. Whew. I didn't have any money. I had to sit and wait for my husband, if he felt like it, to give me money that was so foreign to me. Nobody ever told me that. But I'm glad I listened to my mother. Because the minute I was clear to do so, I went out and started making my money. But you got a child, you know, you got a child. So sometimes you get a babysitter, sometimes you don't, sometimes you... That's what we have. Oh. And if I had waited a little while, I wouldn't have none. And millennials, that is your choice too. They have tubal ligations that can be reversed. Don't go to jail because you don't want a child. Because that's the climate we're in now. Get a tubal ligation. You don't got to do all that stuff, take all that medicine, the thing pill that block the thing and the thing. No, and it's a lot serious now. Y'all going to jail. These men want their little kids to diddle. So if you know, like I knew, after I had my daughter, I knew. Yeah, I had one abortion. But I knew I wouldn't have no more. And I never had a child and never got pregnant. I didn't say tie them. I said, well, I remember I told them, I said, can you cut them and burn them? Because I had looked up something. And he said, well, no. We can tie it because if later on and you feel... See, to me, I was like, no, I already proved that I don't want nothing. But y'all don't got that chance. I didn't find out till I got pregnant again from someone who was worse than my husband. That I was like, ooh, not doing that, honey. But we never did it again. That was it. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I didn't know that men didn't have to feed their children, but women did. See, I didn't know that. I was taught by especially my grandmother's bullshit cult. They brought it home the most. Even though I knew that my aunt was down there living with her 8 kids and her husband never gave her no money. My Aunt Minnie was living next door. She had 2 kids from police officers. She got no money. I didn't understand how they going to tell me. Why are you talking about up this, getting married and having kids? That's why y'all all had to live off my Grammy's Social Security money. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you're telling me about having a child? Are you really? I was like, are you freaking kidding? Y'all ain't got to do that. If the boys don't want to go around, because they're not going to jail for abortions. Do you see how this is catered more towards men? Nothing happens to them. See, if you became pregnant and you found out who the father was, and they would start at the time you're pregnant, hitting that paycheck, be a whole different thing. There'd be more men out here with vasectomy, and we wouldn't have to worry about getting pregnant. But that's not it. But I say to you ladies, it ain't worth going to jail for. Especially if you already got kids here. Don't go to jail because you trying to get rid of another kid that you know you shouldn't have and didn't want in the first place. There's tubal ligation. Tie them and untie them. That's how easy it is. Oh, I'm going to have my tubes tied. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm going to have them untied. I'm going to have them tied. No, I'm going to have them untied. Easy peasy. Going to jail for an abortion, knowing that the man that put the baby inside of you, nothing is going to happen to him? You can't see that one-sided? Go with your side. Protect yourself. Get your tubal ligation. Tie, untie. Tie, untie. As I told y'all, I went for cut and burn. Okay, squeeze your gut. I went too long. Sorry, y'all. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's down. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one for good luck. Now I'm doing this now, right? I'm doing it. Turn it off. So we can have a doping check. Nope. This is lady. She didn't even know. She had kids already. And she didn't know that having an abortion would put her in jail. And you say, what of her kids that are here alive? Fuck them. This is a man's world. Fuck them. It's a man's world. The baby is very important, but not important for you to start hitting that daddy for payments. For payments while you're pregnant. Then that changes the whole thing. Did I show you all my water? But it's not, it's one-sided. That's these cults y'all keep going to. Men do not get punished in this society, this cult society. Women, I told y'all I was in the Baptist cult as a teenager. Women, the reason why all the problems of the world, because then a snake came and told her to eat the apple, and then the big God was so mad, that he ran. Okay, wait, did I tell it right? Yeah, the snake came. Let me get this right. So, they was chilling in the Garden of Eden. I don't know what chilling was. And then a snake came and got into Eve, though I found out later that's sexual, and told her to tell Adam to bite the apple from the tree from the snake had told them in the Garden of Eden. Now, I heard this every Sunday. Now, if Eve had not listened to the snake, we'd have all still been in the Garden of Eden. But since Eve listened to the snake, and we got kicked out, that's why we in this terrible situation we in right now. And as I got older, and I would hear those ladies say, yeah. So now, instead of you ladies not fighting going to jail, go after the daddy. Go after the daddy. You gotta fight it a different way. Go after the daddies. See them veterans here? If they're going to put you in jail because you didn't want to have a child, nothing happens to the man, then when you become pregnant and you know you are, you go to that man and you let him know that you are pregnant. You will go to jail if you talk about abortion. You will be burnt like a witch on a stake. But he can talk about it all he wants to. So you go back to him and you tell him that you want to go to court to seek paternity support and payment for the child that's in your stomach that he is the father of. And then, if I decide to do an abortion, then you should throw me in jail. Because here's the father. He's the WIC. WIC is government milk, cheese, and shit that's given to the women who are pregnant because the crickets came in. If you don't see it so much now, but when I was younger, and my sister, she is bow-legged as hell. It's called ricket. And during the time that they was carried in the mother's stomach, they didn't have enough calcium. So WIC came to solve that problem. Milk, cheese, blah, 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 for the mother that's carrying the baby. And then it turns over to the baby. I say, go to court, y'all. You can find out you're pregnant. You got bills. You don't know how you feed the kids, etc., etc., etc. Go to court and put a paternity thing against that father. If you're stuck, he's stuck too. He's the WIC. Milk, cheese, egg, cereal, daddy. 3 times a month. WIC gives you 3 times a month. Now then, if you go and you have an abortion, then you should go to jail. Also, when you take him to court and he paying while you carrying the child, he got the food, the child got to pay rent, the child got to pay electricity bill. That shit ain't free. Even if it's in your stomach, it still ain't free. If you ain't got a roof over your head, the baby ain't got a roof over their head. So you need to hit that daddy. Write your whole budget out. And if you don't want the child, let him know when the child is born. He can have it, or he can put it up for adoption, or you can keep it. And if you keep it, he'll continue to pay. You'll see how fast these folks will be running out here getting vasectomies. Ha ha ha! Because they never have to pay. They don't have to pay now. I see women crying, talking about going to jail for getting an abortion. And I'm saying to myself, but didn't the man impregnate her? What about him? How is he Johnny scot-free? Oh, because it's men's law. So take men's law and start, please, I wish I had done it. I wish the minute I was pregnant, I could prove everything. I would have went to family court and put a petition in. This bitch is my WIC. I need milk every week. I need cheese. I need eggs. I need a roof over me and the baby's head. We need electricity. We need gas. We need the car to drive the baby around, and if I decide to keep it. But that's ahead of the game. Let's stick to what we need. We got to get a baby room. Crib. Dip, bump. They're used to just walking away scot-free. I remember I looked at my husband when he was so upset. He's sick, he's leaving me. It was a whole planned thing. But I kept saying to myself, what kind of person could just walk away from a child that you brought to this earth? But then some said, blink twice and wipe your eyes because you damn sure ain't seeing. This is the society that you're in. So now the society that only women go to jail for abortion. Contact the daddy. Do you want this baby? As y'all can see, I didn't do a good job on my water. It's hard to get down. It's more water than lemon. More water than lemon. That's why we call it gulp. And that's what y'all do. When you say, oh, I'm pregnant. And the first thing he says, I can't afford a child. I'm getting ready to be put in the street. I can't even feed the kids I got. Don't panic. DNA. Go to the family court. I am pregnant. I know who the father is. Start hitting him now. You see how many vasectomies will be going around. Damn, I had to feed the baby when it was in her stomach. Guess what? Damn, I had to feed the baby when it was in my stomach. Damn. I had to keep a roof over that baby head and I didn't even see it. I'm the daddy, but I didn't even see it. Damn. I gotta keep a roof over this baby head. And I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it at all. But now, it's known. The women go to jail and the men go to Disney World. The women go to jail, and the men go to the Playboy Club. The women go to jail, and the men go and make other babies. Do y'all understand why I say I love me? I ain't had no baby as no teen. I didn't start out like that. I wanted to know what free was. I had already been in this cult bullshit. Women walking around like they've been punched by Muhammad Ali several times a year, telling me the joys of having a baby and taking care of a man. I kept saying, what are you saying? That knot on your head is leaking a little pus. What are you telling me? Take care of a man. I'm like, I'm a teenager. I'm trying to get up out of here. What are you talking about? Why are you connecting me with this person? And now I'm old. Let me tell you something. This came to me this morning. The gentlemen that I've had long-term relationships with, I've always, my intimate partners, always talk to them about good health, exercising. I can't even tell you how many vitamins I brought. I can't even tell you how many protein shakes. tell you, the gym memberships, they wouldn't do it. And I said, you're not going to be young forever. We're going to get older. We're going to grow old together. I'm taking care of myself. You got to take care of yourself. And each one of them, because this is a man thing, and that's how they raised through these codes, they said, well, you're healthy. You'll take care of me. And I was like, wait a minute. So I started looking at all these old people and their husbands, broken down husbands. Yeah, it's more broken down husbands than ladies. And I'm saying, so your life stopped now because he wouldn't stop smoking, drinking, womanizing, staying up all night, and on and on and on and on. And I'm supposed to be the dutiful wife. I went to bed on time. I did the right things for my body. So when I reach this age, we can still go. But I can't. Because you're broken down, because you did nothing. Because you're sure I'd be there to take care of you. And I tapped out. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not asking anyone to take care of me. I've always walked and take care of myself. And when I can't, I have a 3-day rule. And I done told y'all that before. You can go back and look at the old videos. Yeah, y'all, I didn't measure this correctly. And I'm getting it down, but it's tasting a little bit more watery than I like. I have the right amount of lemon, and the right amount of a little agave. But this is a hard get down. The temperature is correct. The temperature is good. It's just more watery than I like. I like mine to have a little bit more lemon. You know? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I'm getting it down. See, I'm getting it down. Okay, let me just gulp the rest of this down. Okay. We did it! Yada da 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 da. Y'all, thanks for coming. And y'all see why I love me. Especially the teenage me. If I didn't make those good decisions as a teenager, I would not be here now. You millennials, teenagers, make decisions for you. Other people already got plans for you, but they ain't got your life. You got your life. Y'all, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's about here. I don't need no gastric thing. Hey, y'all. Hey, I said you're back. Okay, wait a minute. I see some come through. Okay. All right, I saw you're back. Thanks for coming back, but I'm leaving now too. Y'all, like, comment, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise with me. Subscribe and exercise with me. Y'all, I appreciate your support. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.